President, I thank the Special Envoy for his briefing and his updates on the developments in the Great Lakes region. Over the last few months, there have been positive political developments in the Great Lakes region. Regular engagements between countries in the region have continued, both in bilateral and plurilateral formats, including making efforts to strengthen economic cooperation and trade. We take note of the progress on the East African Community-led Nairobi process and welcome the establishment of the consultation mechanism between the International Conference on the Great Lakes region-led Luanda process and the Nairobi process. We also welcome the DRC's consultations with representatives of various armed groups and hope for the political track to yield early results. The volatile security situation in eastern DRC continues to cast a shadow on the ongoing efforts to achieve peace. We condemn the violence perpetrated by armed groups, particularly the ADF, M23, Codeco, FDLR, Red Tabara, and others. The resurgence of the M23 and their ability to hold their ground has further complicated the security dynamics, including adversely impacting relations among countries in the region. We emphasize the need for restraint, dialogue, and political will to collectively overcome these challenges. In this context, Mr. President, we reiterate that the commitments under the Peace, Security and Cooperation Framework for the DRC and the region remains crucial for lasting peace in the Great Lakes region. We welcome the DRC's focus on strengthening the FARDC's financial, logistical, equipment, and operational capabilities. We take note of further progress in operationalizing the Contact and Coordination Group to focus on non-military measures, including through an engagement strategy towards negative forces in the eastern DRC. The success of the PDDRCS program will be a critical factor in ensuring that these parallel processes converge and bear results, particularly in cementing community reintegration of armed group combatants so that they are not compelled to return to their former way of life. We welcome the adoption of the Kinshasa Declaration on enhancing judicial cooperation by ministers of justice of the ICGLR and the efforts made at standardizing guidelines for mutual legal assistance in criminal matters. Illegal exploitation, trafficking, and trade of natural resources have contributed to armed conflict in many parts of the resource-rich Great Lakes region. Existing systems and efforts at regional level need to be strengthened further, along with sustained support of international partners and the UN. Institution building and regulatory compliance need to be emphasized and pursued from local to regional level. We reiterate the call for effective implementation of the ICGLR Regional Initiative on Natural Resources and the recommendations of the high-level regional workshop on natural resources held in Khartoum. Mr. President, we reiterate our concern at the expanding footprint of terrorism in the African continent and growing linkages between terrorist outfits and armed groups in eastern DRC. These concerns have been shared by the AUPSC. Armed groups like the ADF benefit from an increasingly lethal terrorist network by way of training, finances, and resources. The rise in the use of IEDs in the region is also worrying. We support strengthening the capacities of the ICGLR Expanded Joint Verification Mechanism and the Joint Intelligent Fusion Center towards monitoring these terrorist networks. Mr. President, India continues to be a reliable partner of the countries in the Great Lakes region. These relationships have been driven by close people-to-people ties over many decades, partnerships forged in the development sector, and long-standing contribution to UN peacekeeping missions in the region. India will continue to support these member states in the Great Lakes region as they pursue collective peace, security, and development. Thank you.